What up, YouTube? Marcus Crockett here with another video. And I was just on the phone with someone who is in the process of growing their company. They got like 1 or 2 accounts, so their business is pretty much in its infancy, right? And I was giving them some just some pointers on some best practices that they could use, that I use still to this day. And it brought me back to a situation that I had, what are we in, 2022? So this was, I want to say this learning lesson came up in 2019, maybe it was 2020, but anyways, so I was talking to this person, and I'm telling them, just some of the best practices that we have. I had hired someone a couple of years ago, right? 2019. This scenario I'm talking about. So I hired someone. There's a language barrier between me and between her, right? She's fluent, or she only speaks Spanish, right? And I only speak English. But my wife is bilingual. She speaks both Spanish and English. So I'm training this girl, right? I'm training her, and I'm using, what the hell is that? Oh, this dude got like I don't know what he got. Anyways, I'm training this girl, and I'm using the Google Translate app. And the Google Translate app, we kind of getting through it. We making it all make sense. And she's doing a good job. Like she's doing a real good job cleaning. We're able to communicate back and forth best we can using this app, right? And I tell her, I'm like, hey, make sure you lock the door, right? Because that's the number one thing. After you pull your keys out, after you get inside, you do the alarm code, you got all your stuff inside, lock the door. So I'm telling her to lock the door, right? But I don't use Google Translate when I tell her that. I'm just like, lock the door. So she's like, okay. I'm thinking she understands what I'm talking about. So I leave, and the account was probably 15 minutes away from my house. When I get home, she's calling me. I don't know why, I don't know where my wife was, but she calls me, and she's like, help. But she's not saying help like she's stuck with something. She's saying help like I know that she's afraid of something. So I'm like, fuck. I get in the car, and I'm not even worried about any problem that could be going on with the account. I'm worried about this girl's safety. So I get up there, and she's fine, right? No problem. She's fine. So I'm like, what the hell is that? So then my wife gets involved, and now they're talking, right? And she tells my wife, because she can't tell me all of this stuff, and I get it. So she tells my wife that she was in the account, and a homeless person walked in and wouldn't leave. So I'm like, fuck. So nothing happened. They didn't do anything to her. They didn't take anything, do anything. Like eventually they walked out. They got out of there, and then she locked the doors. But shit could have been so much worse. It could have went way worse, right? And even though I had that policy in place, like, hey, make sure that you lock the doors. Due to the language barrier, she didn't understand. She didn't understand what I was trying to tell her. She was just like, yeah, okay. And that's my fault. I take full responsibility for that. I had to make sure. So we went ahead and corrected the process. But my only point of bringing that up is I put that into the conversation that I was having with this other business owner. And I don't care what no one else says, that people could talk about how good you go inside and how you got to clean the accounts or how you get the accounts. But at the end of the day, like, your safety, your staff safety, that shit comes first. That comes before anything else, right? Because you can always go and get new accounts, but you know, that girl's, you know, mom or her husband or whatever, they can't replace her. You know what I'm saying? So as you guys are continuing to grow your company, even with, you know, the best practices that you have, make sure that all of those practices are being relayed to your team members. Just keep that in mind. You know, make sure that when you guys get into these accounts and you know, you're about to start working, as soon as you get in there, lock the door behind you. Lock it, because you don't never know who's watching, who's looking. Lock the door. It's always better to be safe. And if there's people around I tell my staff, like, when you pull up to an account, we do commercial cleaning. We don't do anything residential. So when you pull up to these accounts, if there's people outside that's like hanging around, you know what I'm saying, like by the door, people that look kind of, you know, look suspect, don't even go in. Make sure that you parked at a good distance and just watch. Wait for them to leave. If that means that you gotta go to another account out of your way, get that done, and then come back, do that. You know, because at the end of the day, like, yeah, business is business, but you know, your life and your safety is more important than any dollar sign. You know, and I feel that way about not only myself, but all of my staff and contractors that partner with us. Guys, I'm telling you right now, like, I'm gonna keep dropping gems, and the only way for you to be in position to pick them up is you need to like, comment, and subscribe. But my name is Marcus Crockett, and I will catch you in the next one.